What's the story, Wolfpack? Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you're all having a great day out there. In this video, we're going to be heading off to Volusia County in Florida, where at the start of June there was an incident involving a woman who was allegedly driving under the influence. She crashed into a toll booth, killing the worker who was inside at the time. Sometime between 9 and 9:30 in the morning on the 1st of June 2026, Deanna Harrell reported to work at Boogie Down Beach golf cart and bicycle rentals in Daytona Beach shores. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 a.m, Harrell is sent home from work due to slow business as a result of inclement weather. At 11:08 a.m, Harrell arrives at the Mets 2 Lounge, which is located at 2136 South Atlantic Drive. Reportedly, while she was there, Harrell had 2 rum and cokes and part of a shot. She then left at around 12:06. Harrell would later go on to tell detectives that she had also had an unknown amount of vodka and Gatorade that she had made herself. At around 12:29, police receive a 911 call from a couple reporting a drunk driver. They said the driver ran over a mailbox, hit a bin and drove against traffic and almost hit their vehicle head-on Peninsula Drive.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
Yes, there's a drunk driver, black Chevy truck going down Peninsula towards Dunlawton at the time being.
With the Pennsylvania license plate.
Almost hit several cars, ran into a trash can, making a U-turn in the middle of Peninsula, tried to pass 2 separate times driving down the wrong side of the road.
Okay, black Chevy truck?
Yes.
Pennsylvania plate.
And it's a woman driving, a blonde-haired woman driving.
Okay, and which way currently is it going on Peninsula? Is it going south or north?
Southbound towards Dunlawton. We're up at the school at the time being when it all happened, the elementary school. At that time, she was going northbound. And then she made an illegal U-turn in the middle of the Peninsula.
Okay.
And then when she made a U-turn, she was heading straight for us. And we had stopped so we'd stay out of her way.
Yes, don't put it head on. All right, what is your name? And what's the phone number for you? Okay, all right, we'll put it down for our units to be on lookout for it, okay?
All right, thanks. Bye.
At 12:32, a second caller reports the same driver to police as being all over the road on Peninsula near Carter Terrace.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Actually, I'm calling to report a very drunk driver.
All right, what street are they driving on, and what's the nearest intersection?
They're on Peninsula and Daytona Beach shores, just north of Peninsula and Carter.
Carter, okay. Which direction are they traveling?
Traveling south, it's a older model GMC with Pennsylvania tag.
What color is the GMC?
Kind of a gray color.
Okay,
And
what are they doing?
It's a young blonde lady. She was all over the road, really bad.
Okay. Did you see the license plate number from Pennsylvania?
I got C605 something. I didn't get the whole thing.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Just stay at a safe distance. I did put in a call, and we'll let the units in the area know what's going on so that they can be on the lookout. Okay. Just stay at a safe distance. So, okay.
Okay, thank you. I've never done it before. Like, that's how bad it was.
Okay. Yeah. You've been helpful. You've done everything right.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
At around 12:38, Deanna Harrell crashes her vehicle through the toll booth at the Dunlawton Avenue approach to the beach, killing the worker inside. We're now going to take a look at the bodycam footage from the responding officers just minutes after the incident happened.
Where's this driver?
There's a
Hey, she needs O2. Where's this driver at?
Down there sitting on the beach. There's a guard next to her. That's a negative. It's a woman. She's in orange. She's wearing an orange shirt. Yeah, orange shirt. Smell of alcohol. Right there, that guard.
As you can see from this footage, even though it is a Monday and the weather is quite poor, there are quite a lot of people milling about on the beach. It's only a sheer stroke of luck that she didn't hit anyone else with the vehicle. As you can see, she got quite a good way up the beach from where the incident happened. Only that her vehicle got stuck in the sand, I'd say she would have continued trying to flee the scene. Although by her demeanour when the officer starts talking to her, I think she's totally oblivious to the carnage she's just caused. Luckily when she got out of the vehicle she didn't get too far, and when the officer arrives to find out what's going on, she's been tended to by the beach lifeguards. Apologies for the poor audio quality coming up on this next piece of footage, as the wind was wreaking havoc with the mic on the body cam.
Hello. Yeah, she's not an injury. She's just intoxicated. Small of alcohol. Okay. Yeah. Time's going out, right? Ma'am, what's your last name? E-L-L?
Alright. Deanna, here's what's going to happen right now. I'm going to put handcuffs on you, okay? What? She's going to put handcuffs on you.
Are you serious?
Yep, she's serious.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then we'll put her into that car. Put her in the car right now? Yes. And we'll tell you what's going on in a minute. Yep. Nope. But we're going to explain what's going on here in a minute, okay? So as soon as that happens, we'll let you know.
Alright, let me just look. Seriously. Yep.
So,
Could you please not record this? That's fabulous.
Hey, let me see. Real quick.
Okay, hold on.
I'm just taking your bracelet off.
Alright. You're not going to try to wiggle your wrist out of that, are you? Because I'm going to make them tighter if you're going to be a problem for him. Okay.
No, it's really just this video.
Alright, go ahead and step in.
Tammie Jo Baker was a local resident of Daytona Beach. She lived right on the coast and preferred being by the ocean, so a job working at the beach access ramp was a perfect fit. Tammie Jo had just stepped back inside the toll booth and was only in there for 35 seconds before Harold crashed into it, causing it to flip over, tragically killing Tammie Jo Baker. Her family described her as the glue that held them together. She was a proud mother, grandmother and soon-to-be great-grandmother. Her family fondly remembered her vibrant, silly personality and her knack for making people laugh. She was an avid animal lover, enjoyed gardening and loved hosting festive holiday parties for her family. Tammie Jo was just 2 weeks away from celebrating her birthday. I can't be certain of her age, as some outlets are saying she was 62, about to turn 63, while others are saying she was 63, about to turn 64. It really is tragic timing, as I'm sure her and her family were busy planning on what they were going to do to celebrate her upcoming birthday. Tammie Jo was a long-time employee at the toll booth, even staying on to work there when a new operator took over. The tight-knit community of Daytona Beach shores explicitly regarded her as one of their own. Deanna Harrell, the driver of the vehicle, was not immediately placed under criminal arrest as she was making threats of self-harm. She was instead taken into custody under Florida's Baker Act for an involuntary psychiatric hold and placed in a mental health facility. Because Harrell was not immediately booked into jail for homicide on the day of the crash, community members and onlookers expressed frustration, wondering why an apparently drunk driver who had just caused the fatality was not instantly charged. Volusia County Sheriff Mike Chitwood used a press conference to firmly push back against this criticism, explaining the legal and procedural realities of the investigation.
I want to start off with something I think everybody needs to understand, that we do not investigate based on what the media thinks, what social media thinks. When we do an investigation, it's for one reason and one reason alone, and that is to make sure that the victim gets justice. And if that investigation takes 12 hours or a year, when we get all the facts together, working closely with the state attorney's office, we're going to bring justice, okay? So for all the armchair quarterbacks and the keyboard commandos out there, we're going to do our job the way we see fit. Because at the end of the day, this investigation is about one thing. It's about making sure that Tammie Jo Baker gets justice. And if it takes 12 hours or a year, we're going to do what we need to do to make sure that family gets that justice.
On the 2nd of June 2026, Harrell was released from her Baker Act hold. During this time, the Volusia County Sheriff's Office and the State Attorney's Office were finalising the forensic evidence and blood tests required to secure formal charges. Once the evidence was established, a criminal arrest warrant was issued for Harrell for vehicular homicide and DUI manslaughter. On the morning of the 3rd of June 2026, deputies tracked Harrell to a crisis centre where she had checked herself in. Following a brief jurisdictional standoff with the facility's staff over her medical status, she was officially arrested under criminal warrants.
But we learned that she had checked herself in to SMA, Stuart Markle, which is right up the road here. So we went there with the warrant and said, hey, we know she's here. We have an arrest warrant. We want to take her into custody. Nope, she needs psychiatric care. No, you have to give her to us. There's psychiatric care in the jail. This happens all the time. And everybody did the right thing. You know, let's just take a step back. We know where she's at. We're out here. She can't get out. She gets out. We're going to see her. And let's try to work through this in the best way possible. And then finally at 9:30 this morning, with the help of the state attorney's office and the help of the director of SMA, the light bulb went off that, hey, yeah, we do have to turn her over to you.
At her subsequent court appearances, a judge ordered that Harrell be held without bond. Her defence team conceded that the prosecutors had sufficient evidence, meaning she remained continuously jailed leading up to her arraignment. Following on from her formal arraignment in late June, Harrell remains held at the Volusia County Branch Jail. The court is currently in the discovery phase where prosecutors are handing over forensic vehicle data, blood test results and witness statements to the defence. The next steps on our docket will be a series of status hearings and docket mergers, which will be scheduled over the coming months to organise the timeline for an eventual criminal trial. Harrell faces 2 primary criminal charges. Under Florida law, both offences carry severe distinct consequences that can be stacked at sentencing. DUI manslaughter is classified as a second-degree felony. It carries a maximum penalty of 15 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Florida law imposes a strict mandatory minimum sentence of 4 years in prison for any DUI manslaughter conviction, alongside the person having their driving licence permanently revoked. The other charge of vehicular homicide is also a second-degree felony, and it carries an additional maximum penalty of 15 years in prison. So combined, Harrell faces a maximum exposure of up to 30 years in state prison. Following the tragedy, Volusia County officials and the Volusia County Sheriff's Office immediately implemented physical barriers to safeguard beach parking attendants and evaluate long-term ramp safety. Crews installed heavy water-filled plastic barriers along the beach approaches to absorb vehicle impacts. In addition to those measures, a bright yellow concrete barrier was placed directly in front of the toll booth area to physically block oncoming traffic. While initially these measures focused heavily on the Dunlawton Avenue ramp, protective orange safety barriers were quickly expanded across 5 high-traffic Volusia County beach approaches. These included the International Speedway Boulevard ramp, Granada Boulevard ramp, Seabreeze Boulevard ramp and Silver Beach ramp. Before permanently configuring the barricades, county officials conducted drills to ensure that first responder vehicles such as ambulances and fire trucks could still access the beach quickly during emergencies. The measures have sparked a broader conversation about beach safety among Daytona Beach Shore's residents. While many welcome the protection, local business owners and citizens are actively petitioning the county council to evaluate the safety of beach driving as a whole, with some people questioning whether vehicles should be allowed onto the beach at all. They argue that the historic tradition of driving cars directly onto the sand is a major safety liability, posing a constant danger to beachgoers, families and staff. Personally, I do understand where people's concerns are coming from. This tragedy happened on a Monday morning and the weather that day wasn't really great. The sheriff himself said that if this had happened on the Saturday or the Sunday when the weather was much better and the beach had a lot more people on it, that we could have had a lot more fatalities and injuries as a result. I'm very surprised myself that in this incident we didn't have more fatalities. You can see from the bodycam footage that there are quite a lot of people milling around the beach even though it's not a great day out. Something I find shameful in this situation and in far too many other ones is the fact that it took somebody being killed in order to effect some sort of change. Looking at photos of the toll booth before all this happened, you can see how exposed it is, and it's kind of a no-brainer to have some sort of barriers or protection up in front of it to protect the workers inside. So it just baffles me how something like that wasn't done a long time ago. Unfortunately for Tammie Jo Baker, it's too little too late. But all we can hope is that going forward from this tragedy is that this can be prevented from happening to somebody else in the future. Some members of the community who are advocating for keeping beach driving pointed out that it is an iconic Volusia County tradition and provides unique accessible parking for people with limited mobility. Rather than a total ban, many residents are petitioning the county council for stricter vehicle regulations, lower speed limits or closing off specific high-risk beach ramps completely to separate cars from pedestrians. The vulnerability of workers inside traditional toll booths has forced Volusia County officials to explore systematic changes, heavily leaning towards automation. The county is actively considering replacing human toll collectors at high traffic ramps with automated unmanned toll kiosks. Some community members have specifically pointed out that automated booths could prevent a similar tragedy by eliminating the need for a physical worker to be stationed in the line of oncoming traffic. Officials are looking into tech-based infrastructure such as license plate readers and prepaid digital passes similar to toll tags to allow traffic to flow smoothly without requiring any vehicle to stop at a traditional checkpoint. Because Volusia County's beach ramps have varying shapes, elevations and geographic features, county spokesperson Clayton Jackson noted that a single universal automated toll booth design would not work for everywhere and that each ramp will require its own tailored engineering blueprint. To preserve the legacy of Tammie Jo Baker, her family and the Volusia County community have moved forward with formal initiatives to honour her memory through both local infrastructure changes and a dedicated memorial fund. Tammie Jo's family are petitioning the Volusia County Council to officially rename the Dunlawton Beach Approach to honour her memory permanently. Renaming this specific stretch of coastline is incredibly deeply meaningful to her relatives who noted that Tammie Jo absolutely loved the beach, lived right on it and considered working directly on that coastal stretch a true joy. Family members including her daughter Luella Harris and her granddaughter Hannah McBride have prepared to formally bring the request before local county officials during upcoming public council meetings in July to secure the official name change. Her daughter Luella established a GoFundMe campaign to gather financial support from the community. The primary purpose of the fund is to cover the unexpected costs of her funeral services, to cover outstanding bills and fund a comprehensive celebration of life ceremony that her family feels she truly deserves. The GoFundMe received rapid traction on local social media groups, with residents and frequent beachgoers pouring in donations, prayers and tributes to respect the woman affectionately known by locals as Tiny Jo. Well, Wolfpack, that's it for this video. I do thank you very much for joining me. Please let me know what you thought down below in the comments. And if you did like the video, please drop us a like and hype the video, as it does really help the channel out. If you'd like to help me make more videos like this one, then you can support the channel by checking out some of the links down below in the description. I'd like to give a massive heartfelt shout out to all my channel members. Thank you very much as always, guys, for your continued support and encouragement. It does really mean a lot. And I'd like to give a shout out to the crew watching this with me on the premiere, our premiere squad. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. As always, I'll be back in the next couple of days with another video, but if you're looking for something to watch in the meantime, why not check out some of our most recent videos, which should be appearing on screen now. Until next time, guys, stay safe, take care, slán go fóill.